Hi there, I just wanted to do this quick video to really try and visually show you what we mean when we say certain things in Pilates when we're talking about our core. So I've done a video before, which is on the website, about breathing and the core being the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, the transverse abdominals and the multifidus muscles across the back. Now they're the deep postural muscles of our body that we are trying to really activate and strengthen while we're doing our Pilates practice. And it's this activation that we really want to make sure that we're getting right, because then we're not then recruiting our bigger muscles to do the work. And it's quite easy for us, especially if you're strong in the rectus abdominals, so the big six-pack muscles across the top, to use those while we're doing the moves instead of really recruiting those deep, the transverse abdominals, that big corset that's going around our body. So hopefully, during this video, you're going to see a lot of tummy, and also I'm going to try and make sure you understand when we start talking about doming, what we mean by doming. And when we say flattening, what we mean by that. And also sometimes I like to use the pelvic floor lifting and smiling across the hips, and also making sure your back's not popping off the mat. And all of these things I'm hopefully going to show you so that you can really think about them when you're doing the exercises, especially when you're taking your legs away from your body after they've been in tabletop, when you're really loading them. And that can really put a big strain on the lower back. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Right, I'm lying in neutral spine, trying to turn off my core, trying to turn off the tummy, and then I'm going to lift my head, which activates the rectus abdominals, that six-pack, the superficial muscles. But as you can see, the deep abdominal muscles are not switched on. I can get my hand right in there. Now I'm going to try and switch it on by pulling up on the pelvic floor. Did you see the flattening? My tummy became flat, and now as I press into my tummy, I can't get my fingers in. So that is the activation of the core, the transverse abdominals. Again, I'm trying my best to switch it off because I'm going to show you something else now. Trying to switch it off, bringing my legs into tabletop, and you can see the doming that appears on my tummy. Then that is my rectus abdominals kicking in, my core is not engaged, and I'm doming, my tummy is popping off the mat. Now I'm going to kick in my transverse abdominals. I'm pulling up on the pelvic floor. Everything is tight across the tummy. Then I'm lifting my legs. And as you can see, there's work happening, but it's flat. There's no doming. There's tightness, and I can't put my fingers in between down my linear alba. I now want to show you what we mean by the arching of the back. So our pelvis doesn't want to be overly tucked towards the ceiling or sent away so there's a big arch in the back. It wants to be a neutral pelvis where the pelvis and the pubic bone are parallel to the ceiling. Our back is slightly lifted. Now, if we engage our tummy, curl up on the pelvic floor and bring our legs into tabletop, watch what happens as I send the legs away and I don't engage properly and my back starts to arch. Now that's going to really load the lower back. So what we want to do is make sure that we're staying tight across the core, and then as we send away, we only go so far as we can control the movement of the back. Watch how the back isn't then moving or arching. We're staying strong in the core as we're sending the legs away. That video, I hope it made sense. If you have any questions, please just drop me an email or drop me a message on Facebook. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions.